Okay, we are live, everybody. We are live. Thanks for all. Thanks everyone for tuning in. If there's anyone that's going to be here, I'm going to be doing the Bitcoin Weekly chars. Oh, I misspelled that. That's a little embarrassing. Uh, Anyways, yes, Bitcoin Weekly chars. Misspelled it. Anyways, uh, that's all right. I'll just go on. Let's go on to the charts here. It's going to be a quick chart analysis. I've been very busy, so I haven't had a chance to do the live stream in the mornings like I usually would like to, but I will do a chart analysis here. I'm looking at it, and looks like it's following the line, the Fibonacci lines here. Let's see here. Let's get rid of everything so you know where I got all this. Let's draw some lines from the most recent all-time high to this point right here, right here, right here. Let's just do right there. And this is where I get the line here, and this is where it breaks out right about here in this area. So take this other tool called Draw Fibonacci Fans. I'm going to draw the same line here. There we go. And if you look, it amazingly just works out and follows these fans. It seems like it's following these fans, and coincidentally, the 30 period average, which is the yellow line here, let me move back here, which is this yellow line here, 30 period average is, and the 10 period average, I'm on a weekly chart. Current spot price is $21,743 on Bitphoenix. So if I look at this, and it looks like we got to cross, the two averages has crossed, but it doesn't really signal the bull market, and it never does. It usually signals, for me, what I'm seeing is a signaling of the end or the beginning of the end of the bear market, which happens to coincide with the time frame of the next halving, which is going to be literally next year in March. So as we run up closer to that time frame, you most likely are going to see the run up to the bull market, the next wave, And I talked about this. So essentially what you're seeing is the first wave, possibly the first wave, or the first waves, I should say, of the bull market. And it always starts out very small. The bull market always starts out very small. You don't notice it. And then you get to a point where it becomes exponential. And when you see that exponential price movement, the volatility going up in price, most likely you're already too late to get in at the lower prices. You're too late. It's not going to go down. Everybody's always waiting. You start getting FOMO, unfortunately, and you make some really bad decisions. So I'm going to put this back into place here. And what ends up happening is and I'm going to go backwards here. I'm going to go backwards in time. Okay, to the previous, and this is probably what you're seeing right now, like this. And I'll give you an example here. of the previous bull market. This is 20,000, and you can see right here. You can see right here, this is where you got the breakout, and then you start seeing, and then you saw the two averages kind of cross over and it dip down. This is usually the signal of the signal that the bear market has ended. If I do the same principles, it doesn't mean it's always going to work this way, but you know, Bitcoin, it's somewhat predictable because everybody knows that the halvening is coming. That's usually the time when the halvening. Well, after the halvening, you'll get the bear market. Before the halvening or during the halvening, you're going to get the bull market. And so if I look at this same concept and I look here, you can see it really almost started following, almost follows these Fibonacci fans. Now, I'm not saying it does exactly because there seems to be a little bit, it doesn't match up to the lines itself, but you can see the channels that it creates. It breaks out, follows this channel, breaks out, goes sideways, dips down, follows this channel, this within this Fibonacci fan. Once it breaks out of here, you got the beginning of the, literally the beginning of the bull market, but you can start to see the waves die down, slowly increasing. Now the increase in waves are starting to happen. As I move this out, you're gonna see. Okay, so we're moving on to the next. Well, let me see if it'll let me go up to 60. There you go. Okay, so there's the current all-time high up on the upper right, and you can see as you come out, the waves retrospectively they look small compared to the actual bull market. All right, so if you look at this small little wave, small wave, small wave, small wave. Unfortunately, you don't see it at the time because this is what you're going to see. You're going to see this. This is the wave that you're going to be looking at. So it looks huge. It looks like it's very volatile. But everything in trading is hindsight 2020. It's always hindsight 2020. There you go. There's the all-time high right there. So if you look, the waves are very small, very small, very small. You don't realize that you're actually in a period where it's ramping up. Okay, the pressure, the demand is ramping up. You don't see that. And I explained why in my previous live stream, why you don't see it, because a lot of things are happening outside the exchanges that necessarily don't get price captured. There's no way to discover that price. It doesn't get discovered. That price doesn't get discovered, or that demand does not get discovered, and the supply is not yet discovered. So what's happening is demand is increased, supply is decreasing, but it's not reflected through the exchanges yet. And that's why you're seeing these little these waves. But at the time, if you look at it, it doesn't look like small waves. It looks like this. So you're thinking, wow, there's high demand, low demand, and there is. You can see the peaks of the high demand, and then low demand, high demand, low demand. But when you look at it retrospectively, they're just small little waves, and you don't realize that these waves are small. Like if you knew the price was going up to 70,000, would you buy at a high of 13? Yeah, you probably would, but at the time when you're looking at this, the high of 13,000 in this area, you probably wouldn't want to buy. You're probably thinking this is a stupid move. Trading hindsight 2020. Everything's hindsight 2020. Monday morning quarterbacking. Well, you know what's funny is they actually play NFL. The NFL plays on a Monday sometimes. Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday morning quarterbacking, I should say. But if you look at hindsight, you realize these are just very small waves. And if you realize these are small waves, if you're able to pick up on that and realize that these are small waves that are going to be building up into a larger wave, and when what happens is you get to this point right about here in the middle, that's when you like that's when the hype, the FOMO, that's when you start getting into the market, and you will make money, but just realize pretty soon there's usually going to be a huge dip. In this case, it was a huge dip, or sometimes it crashes right after that. So you get the euphoria of the high, the price going high. You get the high of the price going high, and you are overzealous. Okay, you're overconfident, and that's where a lot of traders make their mistake. A lot of new investors, the noobs that come into the market, the greater fools, the useful idiots come into the market. That's where you make your mistake. If you understand what's about to happen, which normally they never think that the price is going to crash. Well, it does. The price crashes. So that's what's going on. So what you're seeing is most likely the beginning of the end of the bear market. It's probably going to be starting to slide sideways. It may go down. Hello, King Savage. How you doing? So that's what you're seeing. Hopefully you're feeling better, King Savage. I know you've been sick. It's nice to see you around. I was wondering where you were. Seems like you were getting your stomach pumped from all that stuff you've been swallowing. all, all that stuff you've been swallowing. You had to get your stomach pumped. So that's what's going on with the price. That's what's going on with the price. And I would anticipate seeing more of that. Where you're going to see more of these. I'm going to put the Fibonacci fan again, and I'm going to scoot this on over. Oh, moved out of the way. I'm going to move this on over, and you're going to see more. I don't know how long this is going to go. The time frame shows 2024, which is 2 months after the halvening, but it could be anywhere from now, and it could as long as this line is breached, this Fibonacci fan line right here, if that's breached, you're obviously in a bull market. Anytime this last part of the Fibonacci fan where it gets breached, you're gonna the bull. That's the bull market. You are literally in the middle of the bull market. I'm not sure what the price is gonna be based on previous price movements. If you just take 70,000 and just double it, that's 140 minimum. It has been slowly decreasing in its all-time high. The X factor, the times factor of the previous high. So it's slowly been decreasing. So it used to be, 10 times. Now it's then 7 times and 5 times. Now it's like 3 times. Next time maybe only 2 times. Who knows? It's slowly been decreasing. It's in my opinion not quite exponential. It's not gonna just shoot up. It's slowly going into like an S curve, but it's still going upwards because of the scarcity of supply and demand, and how many Bitcoins are in existence that can be used. Even though there might be I believe 2 million Bitcoins that may come into existence, a lot of it is unfortunately just probably unusable, lost, private key lost forever. So the usable Bitcoins are just less than that. So so what do I think the price is going to be in the future? And before I continue on any further, if you like my predictions on Bitcoin, here is my QR code. It is a wallet. It's my Bitcoin Addy, my address for donations. If you have any Bitcoin and you want to experiment and send me some, I'm more than happy to accept it. Just scan it, get your Bitcoin wallet and scan it, test it out. And what's nice is you can watch it. You can watch it with me and watch it grow. Some of the blockchain explorers will give out a price based on the current spot price. So you could see the price go up and down. Most likely will go up in overtime, but Bitcoins are accepted. I don't know if anybody actually donated to this address yet. It'll be interesting, but any fractional amount would be appreciated. So where's the price gonna go? So it looks like it is following this trend, and I'm gonna try to zoom in really close here because the average, if you look at the average has crossed over, but it looks like it's gonna cross over again, and you might get prices good to go down. Now, how far it's gonna go down, I'm not sure. I'm thinking at least a good support area is probably this price right here, which is around the 15,500 area, 15,487. Yeah, somewhere right around there. That's probably a baseline. Um, that's probably where if it breaks that, if it breaches that 1500, 500, 15,500, most likely it's gonna just spike down and probably make its way back up again. But it looks like it's following the Fibonacci fan lines. It looks like it's gonna go down. I don't know how long. We are most likely almost is it 7 or 6 months away from my target date of November for the price to really spike up. So we still have a lot of time, a lot of time, a lot of time here. So if okay, so this is the takeaway that I'm trying to I'm trying to convey is, let's just delete all this. If you look at the previous, all right, let's do that. So this was the previous high, all-time high. This is supposedly the bear market. It comes out of the bear market. It will look like it's doing a lot. It will see. It'll look like it's like moving a lot. The price is crashing. I mean, if you look at it, it went from 13,000 to 3,000 during this time frame. It looks like it's moving a lot. But if you understand the fundamentals, and I say the fundamentals, not the chart analysis, the fundamentals of Bitcoin and how it works, how it operates, most likely by the time before the halving, you're going to get increase in demand, a shortage in supply. That usually means increase in price. And then once the price reaches a certain point and it can't go any higher, which will make another all-time high, can't make a new all-time high, the price will most likely go down because you have people who are selling, right? They're selling to the greater fools, and then you start the cycle again. But understand how the cycle works. So if I zoom out, you see in reality these waves were the very first signal, very early signal of the next upcoming bull market, and it coincides with the halvening, the time frame of the halvening. And so my point is, understand what's going to happen, try to get in early, which, believe it or not, um, $20,000 right now is actually a very low price in comparison, which in what I think will be in the next all-time high. So if you understand that, take advantage of it, understand how it works, how the fundamentals work, why uh, mining will not allow the price to go down to the previous lows because of the difficulty rate and the cost of mining. Mining has a direct correlation with the price, has at least a direct correlation as far as the bear market, because the price has to support the mining industry. Otherwise, the whole system would collapse. So there is a price discovery. There is a mechanism for price discovery during a bear market. And then there is also a price discovery for a bull market, or at least to understand where the top is. And the top is usually when it cannot make another all-time high. All right, it cannot go beyond the all-time high anymore, and the sellers will start selling. Anyways, I'm going to conclude this episode here. I'm going to conclude this episode. King Savage, thanks for stopping by. He is a moderator, so that's why he's in here. This was a members only live chat. Appreciate it. Uh, until next week, I did change my scheduling and how I do my live streams for Bitcoin. Um, I've been very busy during the morning. I sleep during the mornings into the afternoons and sometimes into the evenings. So I will be doing these Bitcoin weekly chart analysis during the afternoons and not in the mornings anymore, most likely. It depends what my schedule is. And again, here is my Bitcoin address. Check it out. Get yourself a wallet, scan it just to test it out, even if you don't have any Bitcoins. If you do have some, see if your wallet works and try to send me a fractional amount. You could send any amount, $1, $2, $10, $1,000,000, and then we can watch it grow together because it'll be on the public address on the public blockchain, and you can watch it together, and we can rejoice. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next week. I misspelled chars. Silly me. It's charts, Bitcoin weekly charts, but I'll just leave it. The price most likely is short-term trending down. Long-term, we're headed into, I think, the first wave, the second wave, the third wave, up to the ramp up to the very large wave of the bull market. I will see you all later. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you all next week.